Welcome to Goat Talk. At least with one goat, Spencer Lee.
On.
He's the man.
Yeah, right.
I said, I finally am gonna get a picture with Spencer Lee today. My life is made. Let's go. We have the fan submitted questions here, so we're gonna get into it. What's your playlist before a game, and do you have any favorite game day songs? Honestly, like, people will probably be surprised by this. Like, before games, I listen to like really chill music because like I'm already so amped up about the game. But if I had to pick like a pump up song for the game, I would go Intro by Meek Mill. It's like mixed with a Phil Collins song, which is like really, really fire. Gets me going.
Heated music, no, I'm just
Yeah, like, put it in right here.
I don't listen to any music.
None. What's your walkout song?
We Will Rock You.
Oh yeah, and then
Yeah.
everybody gets into
Yeah,
it.
well,
I remember that.
my dad is the one that wanted me to do it when I was a freshman because he wanted people to like, you know.
Yeah. No, I was doing it.
so-
I was at the
yeah.
Northwestern one. I was like, oh yeah, Spencer's last today. Let's go. And then pin. 20 seconds or whatever it
Yeah,
was.
right.
It's pretty crazy. All right, I'm up. Ooh, what would your teammates say is the weirdest thing about you?
How much I like anime. You know
Really?
what anime is?
Yeah. You're a big anime person.
Yeah. I'm like a super like nerd.
Oh my
I
gosh.
read books. I'm like a loner.
You
so
just
they make
do
fun
you.
of me. Yeah, they make fun of me.
That's what makes you great.
They're like Spencer he's just watching TV, like watching anime or reading a book. That's what he's doing.
They would probably just say I'm like super goofy. Like I just make like, I don't know, jokes all the time. And I don't think people always understand that. Like when I'm on the court, like I'm competitive, I'm like passionate, but like when I'm off the court, like I understand like there's more to life than just basketball, and you like get that. Like there's more to life than wrestling. Like just understanding that and enjoying every single day. And like, as you know, college goes fast. Like it can't be all serious all the time. So I would say that.
Gotta have some fun, gotta be aloof.
Yeah.
Like,
All right,
next?
you up, yeah.
Am I up? Alright. Let's see. What's a habit you've never been able to break?
Turning the ball over. Or like, do you have like a habit that you do, like a good habit? Like, do you wake up, you said you wake up at 6:30 every day.
Yes.
Which is like
Let's see,
insane.
I feel like that's a good habit.
That is a good habit.
I guess it does stink that I can't sleep in though.
Yeah.
I can't
That's just
if I
terrible.
even tried, I can't just wake up. So I guess maybe that's a habit. I don't know.
6:30 every morning. Wow.
There you go. I don't know.
All right,
I stink at that question.
let's see. What advice do you have for young people who are striving for excellence in athletics?
Just like find a routine. Personally, for me, that was what like helped me. Motivation's fleeting, right? It's like motivation's it's a fleeting, motion. Whereas like determination, dedication, and like consistency is what's gonna get you there.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone wants to feel good when they go into a practice, but it's the days that you don't feel good is when you do it. That's why you have to have a routine. You gotta do it, and you gotta make sure you do it. So that's what I would say. What about you?
I would say, never lose the joy of what you do. I think that's super important too. Like growing up, like, yeah, I always loved basketball, but I did a lot of other stuff too. I think just never losing that joy and that competitive spirit that you have for what you get to do. That's always been something that's super important for me because that's when I play my best and perform my best. So that's what I would say.
Absolutely. I would agree.
I'm up?
Yep.
Might be you, but whatever.
Clip it.
What is your favorite memory as a Hawkeye? It's a good one.
That is a tough question.
Because you've had a lot.
Well, like, the thing is for me, the most joyful memories for me have always been like seeing my teammates succeed rather than anything that I've done in my career. Because for me, I have such high expectations of myself. Like I expect to do that, so I don't really like, not like super happy, or I'm never content with what I do.
What about the
go
black
pretty
and
crazy.
gold plaid pajama pants? Can we hear about those?
All right, so
I've always been wondering, like,
so
is
when
there
I-
some story there?
okay, when I was like made my first like Team Pennsylvania team back in
Okay.
like elementary school,
Yeah.
like 4th grade, they gave us these pajama pants
Yeah.
that everyone would wear on the team. So the whole team would wear them. And so I would just wear them before every match.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I was like, it was like a pride thing. Like
Yeah.
I finally was like, because when I was 8, 9 years old, I didn't win a state title until I was like 10, because I took second 2 years in a row. So I finally won one. I was really, because I'd never won state tournament before. So I finally won one. So it was like a sense of pride for me to be able to wear these pajama pants. And then I wore pajama pants before. So I wear them. Now I have to wear obviously black on black, like uniform before the match. But I wear them after every match since I was,
Okay, there you go.
high school, elementary school.
I've been wondering. There's the
yeah,
answer.
so that's why I wear them. It's just like a routine thing, right? So
I would say my best moment as a Hawkeye, honestly, last year when we won and Carver sold out to beat Michigan for the Big Ten regular season title. I don't know, I remember it so clearly, and I always say, like, can we just go back to that day for like 10 seconds? But I would say probably that. It's been like my favorite moment.
More to come, right?
Hey, that's the goal. Okay. All right. Ooh, Caitlin, what WNBA player do you watch the most? Well, growing up, I would always watch Maya Moore. Not only a good basketball player, but a great person and everything. I remember like very clearly, that was my first ever WNBA game that I went to. But growing up on the men's side, like Harrison Barnes, he was like my boy. Like I loved him. He was like from Iowa. I remember I went and watched him at the state tournament when he played with Doug McDermott. So I was a huge Harrison Barnes fan, and like now actually Harrison Barnes is a fan of me. He's reached out quite a few times and like, you know, commented on things I've done. We actually, you know, went and watched him play when we were in LA at the Wooden Award last year. The Kings played the Clippers, so I got to kind of watch him firsthand. It was super cool too. So that's what I'm going with, those two. I know I said WNBA, but I kind of started rambling. But those are like my two favorite people growing up.
Is there a favorite wrestler or anyone that you would?
It's kind of hard because for me, I only watched like really old like Olympic wrestling growing up. I didn't even know college wrestling was a thing until I got into high school. My favorite guys to watch wrestle were my coaches, Tom and Terry. They were one of my favorites for sure. I just like their style. I wanted to like kind of emulate that, but I don't really wrestle like them. Wish I did, but I don't. They're a little.
I think you're doing okay.
They're a little meatier than me on the mat.
Tom and Terry are the best. You know,
they're
whenever
awesome.
I see them in Carver, they love women's basketball. So you know, they're huge fans.
We'll be at the hotel like we bring bikes to cut weight in the hotel. We'll be biking. And they'll have the TV on, and Tom and Terry, and they're with us. We're all like kind of like cutting weight.
Yeah.
We were watching you play. You had like 40 points.
Oh, Maryland,
yeah, she's
yeah.
killing it.
Oh, they're best. Okay, I think you're up.
I'm up. All right, let's see. Question for you or me? Let's see. Me, Spencer. What would be your go-to 3-point celebration? And then Caitlin, what would be your go-to pin celebration?
Oh.
So they're switching us up here. Act it out.
If I could do this, I would get up and do a flip. Who was the one wrestler?
Gable.
Gable.
Yeah,
Gable would
Stevenson.
do the flips. Gable was insane. Oh my gosh. He wrestled here last year. I remember watching him. I'd run and then do a flip on the edge of the mat and then like be like this to the crowd and run around and then run off.
3-point. I've never even like shot a basketball, so I don't even...
No, I've seen some of the wrestlers play basketball. It's so bad.
I can granny it. I'd granny shoot it. I'm pretty good at granny shots for only shooting probably like 10 baskets in my life. I'm like Kobe, like no emotion.
He would just sprint back on defense. Like after he gets a pin, he just like runs off the mat.
That's what I would drain it, and I would just like I'd probably stare at the guy I hit it on, and I would run to the other side. Like I would just like beat him to the defense. That's probably what I would do.
I love that.
Something, yeah. She makes too many. She's got to do something.
I gotta celebrate.
Gotta do something.
Spencer, this is for you.
For me,
it's so cool to see you supporting other athletes at Iowa. What advice would you give to the other student athletes here?
Well, for me, I'd probably just enjoy the ride. Most people, it's only 4 years. Some people, it's 5. Some people, it's 6. Definitely enjoy the ride. I try to go to at least one game, match, event of every sport every year. I think it's really cool to support the other athletes. Just because, like, for me, I've never really done any other sport. I did like cross country and wrestling growing up, basically. And the cross country was to help wrestling. It wasn't actually because I liked running and hate running. So I didn't really get to like see that. So getting to see other people experience their like sport and how they do it, that was something that I really love doing.
So you've been to a lot of events. What would you say is like your favorite event? Like, do you have any that like stick with you? Because I know one that I'm gonna say. Let's see if you have the same one.
I really like field hockey.
Same.
Yeah. So
when field hockey beat, who were they? Michigan.
Yeah.
And we stormed the field.
Yeah.
That was like.
It's awesome.
Coach Bluter was stormed the field.
I got in trouble because my knees were very good and I stormed the field. Tom's like, you could have got ran over. Like.
Hey, I was right there. The wrestler boys were literally like, they stole somebody's like field hockey sticks and were like chucking them in the air, like watching them. It was awesome. Okay, Spencer, how much time do you spend studying your opponent's pre-match, or do you have the same plan of attack each time?
I don't think I watch even a minute of my opponent's wrestle, to be honest with you.
Wow. That makes it even more impressive.
No,
what
it makes
you
me too
do.
nervous. I get
insane.
nervous like thinking too much about it, so I
Yeah.
just focus on what I do, how I do it. I actually don't at all.
That's
so.
crazy. That's so impressive.
It's
Oh
different
my
than
gosh.
basketball though. You
Yeah,
guys have
like
to,
we watch
if
a
it was
ton.
basketball or football or
But there's
you have
like
to watch.
plays you have to know. It's different because you're like
100%.
individual. I'm team sport.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
All right, I'm asking you another one. What? Because people want to know more about you.
Oh,
Hey,
come
on
on.
now. Abe Assad with the question.
Oh, Abe
We
Assad.
got Abe Assad with the
The
question.
man himself.
Okay.
Is it a stupid question?
It is a stupid question.
It's Abe.
All right, Abe Assad with the question. He said, "Why is Abe Assad your guys' favorite wrestler in Iowa?" Spencer Lee is my favorite wrestler in Iowa. Let's just put that out there. Then it's Tony Cassiope, and Abe Assad is last. on
He's
the totem
last
pole.
out of 10 on
Yeah.
the team. Wow.
He's
Well,
last.
yeah. Abe Assad's my favorite wrestler. 100%.
That's such a lie.
Absolutely.
Okay, but how about this year? Who's been like your favorite to watch on your team? That's like maybe fans didn't see coming.
Well, I
'Cause,
would
like,
say it's like
Kobe.
Yeah,
Kobe.
Seabrook has been super exciting. Just like his matches are just like you don't know what's gonna expect.
Right.
Because the match is like super close, and all of a sudden he throws the guy to his back.
Yep.
So it's just really electric. Real Woods has really made a name for himself
Real
as
Woods.
a transfer. A lot
He's
of
been
people
awesome.
we knew
Does
he was
he have a
gonna be
little
good.
dog, like a chihuahua?
He
or
does.
something?
Yes.
Real Woods with the chihuahua.
He just adorable.
Yeah. All right. All right. You ask.
Hopefully, a question for you. For Caitlin, how and when was your love for the Chiefs started,
Oh,
and how you followed the
Super Bowl
season?
champ!
Yeah, it's a big question for her.
Let's go! But honestly,
It was a good game.
it was an awesome game. But honestly, I've been a Chiefs fan all my life. So our
Okay.
family was just been like a huge Chiefs fan. We have family in Kansas City, and even when they were bad. So like, I'm not a bandwagon. I promise. Like, I've always loved the Chiefs. Patrick
Honorary
Mahomes, he's
Chiefs
now
fan.
got 2 rings. So
2 in 4 years.
yeah, he's gonna be one of the best of all time, if not the best
He is.
to ever play the game. So,
He's good.
but he's fun to watch. But
I watched. I don't even watch.
okay, last one.
Let's do one more.
One more? All right, one more if it's a good one. Okay, Caitlin, who would win in a game of horse between you and Steph Curry and Spencer? If you and Dan Gable were the same age and weight, who do you think would win if you wrestled? All right, you go first.
Oh, come on.
Spencer's gonna have his statue out there just like him.
Oh, no. You can't really compare yourself to the great Dan Gable. I would say it's hard to compare eras with wrestling.
Yeah.
But what I really enjoyed was watching how like aggressive Dan Gable was. So I would just love to wrestle him regardless of who wins. I would just love to see how I've always heard how strong he is because people think he was a really big wrestler. He was like a 134 pounder, so he really wasn't like a big man. Like he's small like me. So I think it's pretty cool. I would have loved to just wrestle him, whether he kicks my butt or not.
Yeah.
You know,
You're just honored to be there.
Yeah, it would have been awesome.
Yes,
you know?
that would be the same for me. Steph Curry would smoke me by a mile, but I'd just be happy to be there and then ask for a picture after I lost. It'd be
I would pay to watch that.
Exactly.
You guys can only shoot from the half court line.
Yeah.
Only.
Only long bombs.
Long
only
bombs
long
only.
threes.
Yep.
I'm right there with you.
You bet! From O'Hare, Caitlin Clark is there for Spencer Lee.
Wish we could have gone longer. It's been an honor. I've been with the best of all time, Spencer Lee. Thanks for everybody's questions. Part 2 coming soon.
Go talk part 2.
We
With
need
the
it.
actual go.
We need it.